Welcome to my YouTube channel. I have started a series on Inkscape. This is a vector graphics software that enables you to create a lot of amazing things, and mainly the things that amaze me with this software is that you are able to create SVGs, you're able to create your own icons, you're able to design logos, you're able to design flyers, in fact, you're able to design a lot of things, even illustrations. You're able to design all of those things. I can also rate it as uh, is something that can compete with Adobe Illustrator. So this is the new version, Inkscape 1.2, and it is free. It is a free software, and for you to get it, you just go at inkscape.org. So this is the software that I'm going to be creating a series on, because I thought, why not? So yeah, I'll be releasing videos, tutorials uh, for this software. So buckle up, and it's going to be a bumpy ride. But by the end of this series, you're going to know a lot. Yeah, if you're coming from another designing software, uh, no problem. I'll teach you step by step. And if you are a beginner who is just starting out in graphic designing, you have started at the right place, because this software is very easy to use, and I'm going to make it feel and use it. So let's get started. So first and foremost, the reason I didn't go through the installation process and everything to get in the application is because I know we can change uh, those settings. We can change everything that we have set uh, through the installation process, even if you just open it now, because that's how we are going to go through it. So we are going to go through it my way, how I actually go around when I install a new application, how I start to learn about the application, how I get to adapt with the application. So the first thing that we are going to do is help you set the canvas. Okay, so if it's your first time to open this, it will just get you here. Before you start, you'll be here. It will give you this pop-up screen. um it will give you this pop-up screen. So in this pop-up screen, that's where you set your canvas. This is where you set your page, how you want your work environment in terms of how the drawing board, how you want it to look. Okay, so here, this is where you can change how you want it. So if you're making videos, if you're making business cards, anything that you're making, there's a board for that. Okay, there's a drawing board for that. So I love A4, and my personal preference is landscape, because it just gives me that, because I usually create like websites, uh, EPK kits, designer portfolios and stuff like that. So I usually work with the portrait one, I mean the landscape one. But you can use the portrait one. Yeah, I just want to put it by the side, and you can see this is the portrait, but I usually keep it like that. But you can put the measurements custom. You can custom input the measurements here. I'm not gonna do that now. Here you can use the units of measure. I'm just gonna keep it at millimeters. This is very important. Yeah, this is really, really important. So here, the checkboard, you see it gives you like this, but I don't really like to work with it like that. The border, if you don't want the border, it won't put the border, but I love to keep it like that. Always on top. Okay, if you switch this off, and then if I insert a shape, Okay. Okay, this is how you insert a shape, but we are going to go through all that. But for now, for the sake of learning why those some of those settings are there, um, if you click always on top, which is by default it's always ticked, you're going to see that you're now seeing the border. Uh, for personal preferences, I love to keep the border. I love to keep it like this so that I see where the border is. Especially when I'm working with a white background. So I want to know when I'm overlapping. I want to know when I'm not overlapping. So for me, I just keep it there. And also for the shadow, you see when you click here, it doesn't have it just flat. If you click, it's kind of like, I just like it. It's sexy. So I'm just gonna use it there. Yeah, you can play around with the settings, but for you to get started, this is all you need. And then guides are these rulers here. These rulers, if you're an architect, okay, let me just, yeah, this thing. Okay, if you're an architect, you might you wanna use this, like, for real. So it's actually blue, as you can see. It's blue. You can change the color, you can lock all the guides. And if you're an architect, this is really good. This is really good. You really need these things. Okay, so you go to grids, you go to color, scripting. If you're a web developer, you know what I'm saying. You just need these things. Okay, metadata, you can just give a document a title, copyright issues, who created this, you have it in the metadata. The license, maybe you want to set it as Creative Commons attributions, you want to set it as free art, you can put it all here. But for now, all you need is this to get started. Okay, so everything is set up and you are ready to go. So you just click X. So I'm just gonna leave it like this. So I'm just gonna remove this, might get in our way. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave this here. Yeah, this is going to act as my trademark at this point in time. Okay, so there's this new feature that Inkscape has now, that you are able to create multiple pages. So you've got this one drawing board, you can actually be able to add another drawing board. This is new, and if this is your first time using Inkscape, you don't know how hard it was to actually create a PDF document from this software. It was really a pain. It was really a pain because you had to export this first document, you export another one, and then you look for an application to merge those PDF documents. It was really a hassle. And shout out to Inkscape for adding that feature. It is a very it is a time saver. Okay, so this is the thing. You create and edit document pages here. So when you click it here, it will give you the ability to manipulate the page size, and also it gives you the ability to add a new page size. So as you can see, it's saying create new page. So you can create a new page like this. It will give you the the size, the same size as the one that you opened the previous. But let's say you want to create a custom page. You don't want to create the same page size as this one. uh, you can come here, and then you can manipulate it to A2. You can manipulate it to, I don't know, you can manipulate like that. Or you can actually come in the slate. You can come here, and then you can actually draw a page. That is so convenient. So let's say you're creating an icon, you can just create a page that is like this. Okay, so I'm going to create a video solely based on this feature, but for now I'm just going to, I think this is all I can say. Okay, there's also how you can navigate on the pages. Here we are at the last page. You can navigate using this thing. It can go to, two, three. Okay, so this is how you can navigate. So also here you can actually Yeah, I think this one is more convenient. You can go to page one because the good about this one, it zooms in. Okay, when you create the page, so you go to page two, it zooms in the page two. So no matter how small that page is, you see it's actually zooming it for you to be able to see everything. So you might not even want to use zoom those zoom options, but they come in handy though. Yeah, I'll go through all those on separate videos. This is just an introduction video that to get you started. So for zooming out, you can press the minus button, and to zoom you can press the plus button. So there's just a lot of ways to get around. So let's say you want to delete the page. It's this one is the one that is selected. You can delete it. You can delete it. So I'm just gonna leave it as one page like this. Yeah, this feature is really good, and Adobe Illustrator. If you have been using Adobe Illustrator, you know this this page feature is actually something that is really cool. It's really cool. Okay, so once you have set up your page, um, you have set up everything that you want to work on. You've set up the workspace. Uh, you want to know about the colors. You want to know the colors. Yeah, so I usually start with the colors because when you want your design to come to life, it has to have colors. So the first thing I do, I want to set up my canvas. I want to know where the colors are, because if it doesn't have colors, then you're not gonna do much with it. So this is not all the colors that I have. Okay, there's a lot of colors, and yeah, some of the things that comes with manipulating an object, I'll do it on a separate video, but today I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you how much colors we have here. These are not the only colors we have, but these are the colors that I mostly use for basically uh, a lot of things. So this is how you change it. You select the object, you click on the color, it just changes. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep this color as my trademark for this video, because I just saw that a lot of people I mean, when they do tutorials, they've got those funny colors they just choose, and the video will just be like, yes, they'll be explaining sense, but their colors will be crazy, man. Okay, so I just want to start with a good color. I just hope it's a good color though. Okay, so so you can switch colors using these arrows. Firstly, so you can go. Okay, it doesn't want to, or is it stuck? Okay, it doesn't matter. You can actually click here. So these are all the colors. So you can click here. It will give you all those colors. Yeah, now it's working. So I think maybe I had selected the one that was at the bottom, I think maybe. Okay, so you can actually use this, oh, it just did one and two. Okay, so this is how you can change the color. So you can see it has got plenty of colors and Windows XP icons. I think this is the colors that Windows XP was using. Okay, but SVG. Okay, so I'm just gonna, yeah, those people who love gold, you can just use that. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it at I don't know which one was I using? Okay, I'm just gonna leave it here, but it's fine. So also, this is how this is where all your colors are. This is where all your colors are. So let's say you want to manipulate this. So the third thing that you want to do when you get to a new application is know how to work with the status bar. Status is very important. It shows you a lot of things. You're able to manipulate layers. You're able to know where you are, what is happening to what you're doing. So For you to customize the status bar, you're gonna go to edit, and then you go to preferences. Okay, it opens up this really cool thing, sexy thing. Okay, so here you're able to search for a preference that you want to change. So we're gonna go on tools, FaceTime. You're going to edit how you want the selector to look like, the noise to look like. So I'm not gonna go through all these things because there are a lot. The thing will come ridiculously long. The video will be ridiculously long. So this, if you draw a rectangle, it will use the last used color. So this is what I'm going to just tell you before, because you're going to find this happening all the time when you previously had drawn a shape with orange inside. You're going to see that if you want to draw another circle, it's going to automatically pick orange, because it's using this feature is activated. If you don't want to activate it, you want to use this tool's own style, it's going to pick blue. If you draw that, it's going to pick blue. Then the outline or the stroke is going to be unset, it's not going to have any outline. So this for mine, I just usually like to keep it like that, because usually when you're creating some series of cycles, sometimes you just want it to use the last few or the last design used. So the same applies to this. I think it has the same kind of setting. You just be looking. So by default, the spiral is the only one that is set to this tool's own style. So yeah, you can just click on them and see how you want to work with them, but mostly that's what that is what it is saying. So I'm just gonna put it back here, and then you go on interface. So give this one gives you the ability to change the system language. Yeah. So here the maximum documents are in open recent. I've put it 50, but you can actually put, I don't know, 100. I don't know, guy, but I just love 50 or maybe 25. Uh, Defaultly, I think it says to 39. I don't know. You can tell me comment down in the comments uh, how the default is, but mine, I keep it at 50. So yeah, this is a scale. So this is really something. This is really something. If you're an architect, you want to have a scale. So here it's moving from 0 to 100. So you see, it's moving from 0 to 100, which is in handy, if it comes in handy, because when you are working with when you're an architect, you want to really go with the, if you want to work with centimeters, okay, you can work with centimeters. Yeah, I'm just gonna put centimeters there, and then it's going to move. Okay, I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm just gonna keep it at 100. Okay, so you can actually manipulate it here. I'm just gonna keep it at 100 centimeters. Yeah, one step to be 100, okay, centimeters. Okay, so here you can actually manipulate the handle size, everything. I'm not going to go through everything, but if you click here, the toolbars, so it gives you the ability to create, to remove the things that you don't want. So if I click here, it removes it from the toolbar. So if you are not finding some of your applications, that's where you go. I mean, some of your tools, you don't have them here, or you've mistakenly, I don't know, removed them or whatever. This is how you just come here, you turn them on. So if you're working with a large screen like 4K, you might wanna make the icons bigger, the toolbox, this, you see, when I do that, they're becoming really big. So I'm just using a PC, so I'm just gonna keep it here, because I really want to see all my tools right there. And Windows, you can just look. So I'm not going to go a lot on all these features because okay, now it's acting up. I don't know. Okay, I wanted to click on keyboard. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, so you can let's say you've been working with Adobe Illustrator. You can choose to use this. So you see, it's actually uh, wherever you're coming from. If you're using CorelDRAW X8, you can actually use the keyboard file for that. So which means you just carry in your shortcuts and everything from where you're coming from. So this is something that is really good. So you can actually set this when you're starting out, but you see, you can actually anyways, you can still change it. So I think that's all that I'm going to cover on this. So you've set your preferences, you're getting started. This is how you get started. Okay, so you just close it out. So when you're creating, let's say you want to learn a new application, this is what you want to do. So in the next video, I'm going to talk about how we are going to use these toolbars, how we are going to insert these shapes, text, and put colors, fill them, gradient fill, and we are going to learn each tool one by one, because I know if I go through all those tools all at once, you want to know how to use them, and it's crazy to just say, okay, this is a circle, this is what to do, this is because I believe you learn a tool. When I want to draw a circle, you're going to learn how to use the selector tool and how to use the color palette, how to some of the shortcuts that I use, and yeah, that's mostly what you're going to learn, how to use the status bar and everything. So I'll see you in the next one, where I'll be talking about the toolbars. So I'll be going on to talk about the toolbars. I'm going to talk about all these drop downs. Some of them you're going to use them, some of them you're not going to use them, you know, these toolbars. And also what happens when you right click, how to use this right click when you right click on an object, when you right click somewhere when you're not selecting an object. So we're going to be learning about toolbars. So you learn how to set up the page, you learn how to the colors, and then you learn the tools that you're going to be working with. So in the next video, we're going to be learning the tools that you're going to work with. So see you in the next one.